Alright y'all, I'm gonna give y'all my first impressions on this SLX DC. Main reason I bought it is because everybody loves that DC sound. I ain't gonna lie, I was a sucker to it. Matter of fact, let's take a listen. Oh man, it just sounds so good. So I've got this reel paired up with a St. Croix Mojo Bass. It's in a 7'1" medium fast action. To me, I was going more for like finessey stuff, just like stuff I can kind of feel the bottom, like lighter baits with and stuff like that. So that's what I was going with there. But about this reel, so it's in a left-hand retrieve, 8.2 to 1 gear ratio, so it is the fastest version they got. And the current baitcaster reel that I have is the Abu Garcia Max Pro. I got it in a combo. That whole combo actually costs less than just the reel, which is pretty bonkers to think about. But that reel is in 7.1 to 1, which, I mean, it feels plenty fast. But then when you jump up to this 8.2, it's like, wow, that's really fast. So yeah, I'll just be honest, I really bought this because I like the sound. Some people really could care less for that DC whine, other things like that, but I actually like the way it sounds. I just got it spooled up with some braid, 20 pound, let's say 20 pound Power Pro. And I'm gonna go through the settings, just kind of show y'all like if it backlashes. It is possible to get a backlash in a DC reel. I did it yesterday, so it's not 100% backlash proof, you know. It's not really, I don't think there's really such a thing as that. But here, let me bring it in. I'll show you how I set it up. So usually what I do is I set my stuff like this, hit the button and see how fast it falls. Apparently that's not how you set these up. The tension knob is here on the side. What you do is you wiggle the spool left to right, axially is what they say, and you tighten it based on its movement. It should not move at all. And then if it doesn't move, then you're good to go. Like you can see, I hit this button, this thing falls really quick, but that's how they said to set it up. And then I have it on the number 2 setting, because that's what it says to use for braid / monofilament. Number 3 is for fluorocarbon, and number 4 is just like if you're casting in the wind, you're casting something really light, it'll give you the most magnetic braking, or the electromagnetic braking. I haven't really tried one. I am pretty afraid to do it. I'm pretty sure it will backlash. I'll try it, but I'm still gonna thumb it like a regular bait caster. Like you can see right there, it just tried to do it. So it's not foolproof. Matter of fact, like you do have to thumb that setting the whole time. I would say more than electromagnetic brakes, truthfully, or more than just the regular magnetic brakes and centrifugal brakes. But I was able to pick this backlash out, which is really fortunate, because good God, it can backlash really crazy when the spool is full. But one is really set for like that max distance, and like, you know, you're a pro and all this stuff, you're gonna thumb it the whole time. I mean, dude, I was even thumbing it as it was coming out, and you saw it was just like boom. So we are not going to use that setting. Number 2 is for braid. Number 3 is for fluoro. I'll see how much it casts with this. This is braid, by the way, so I mean it's not fluoro like they want it to be, but I'll show y'all what it does. We're just gonna aim for like that. We're just gonna aim for that tree right there, and it goes flying. And I mean, it tried to backlash right there also. So I'm just gonna stick with 2 and 4. I had to use 4 to pitch lures yesterday, because when it was on 2, when I tried to pitch, the spool just kept trying to go too fast. It was insane. So let's try that again. This time we're gonna put it on 2 just to show y'all like the real distance it can cover. We'll just go straight out in front. And this lure doesn't weigh anything. Like, I'm not using anything super heavy. If I had to guess, it's maybe like it's maybe like a quarter or like 3/8 at like the most. It ain't like a 1/2 ounce lure. I haven't even tried to bomb like a lipless crank, but I bet it will soar just crazy far. And then we'll put it on 4 with the max braking just to kind of show what that does. Let's crank that over to 4. Let me wait for this car to pass, that way I can do it. But it'll apply the most amount of braking when I do it. So let's check it out. I didn't even really thumb it right there and it was fine. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try not thumbing it on this 4 setting. I'm just gonna let it fall. It's just my natural instinct, y'all, to want to thumb it. Like, I'm just like, please don't blow up. So let's try it. I'm not gonna thumb it this time, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. I ain't gonna thumb it. Oh, it tried to right there. See, it did it. So I actually was able to pick out that backlash really easy, but it's still kind of, I mean, you saw it backlashed on the 4 setting. So I'm probably just not doing something right, probably not holding my mouth right or something. I cranked up the tension a little bit on the tension knob. We're gonna see if it does it. I don't like to see it, so if it does look like it's gonna start backlashing, I'm just gonna thumb it instantly, y'all. Like, I'm not in the mood to be picking out a backlash all day. I just want to fish. So, and then see, it still did it again. Not bad. I mean, you see, it just came out like nothing. But I wouldn't call this a backlash proof reel. Some people on YouTube have been able to get away with it. I'm not going to use it like that. I'm just going to use it like a regular bait caster. I mean, it helped a lot there. Like, literally, if I didn't thumb it at all and it was something way awful, like, that would have been, or if it was just something, you know, like, it was like a really heavy lure, I didn't thumb it right there, it would have blown up just ridiculously. I would have been done fishing, basically. So, I mean, it helps a little bit. It's like a good system. I like the whine to it, really. But I still thumb it, man. You saw, like, right before it even hit, I thumbed it. But I'll say, compared to my Abu Garcia, this thing really can cast really far. Like, and this is a really light lure. I'm about to put on something heavy just to show y'all. We're gonna take a bomb cast. We're just gonna do like a chatterbait or something heavy. I know the lipless will go to the moon, but we'll do chatterbait, then I'll show y'all a lipless. I'm gonna try to pitch this little shaky head. See what she does. What's up? Any catfish? Nah, I haven't today, but I know they do down there. Down here? Yes, sir. Right over there at that corner. Take it easy. All right, y'all. I got the chatterbait on now. We're just gonna see how far it casts on the braid setting, and we're just gonna bomb it, man. Goodness, bro. Yeah, it's out there. And with this retrieve, bro, it just feels really good. But the lipless is going to be the one that, you know, absolutely goes nuts. This chatterbait feels excellent, too. Like, this rod is so sensitive, like, I can feel all the flicks on it. We'll try to pitch it, see how that goes. Just going to go, like, just straight out in front, dog. This is a bit heavier. I don't know if it'll really flick like my other rods. But I'll take one more bomb cast for y'all. I'll just shoot it right out into the lake. Alright, we're just going to straight bomb cast it, see how far she goes. I mean, that thing went pretty far. It's out there. Alright, I'm going to show y'all a lipless crank now. Alright, get a look. It's just H2 Express, Academy brand, basically, just a lipless, red lipless. It's supposed to be in like some craw color scheme. It's red, I don't care. Like, It's red, it blasts. He's gonna be the first fish or the first bait to go to the moon without a rocket ship. I mean, dog, like that thing just slung. One more bomb cast. I mean, just nuts, man. That was at least a third of the pond in width, like just straight across. But I'm happy with it. It literally casts ridiculously far. I'm gonna say one thing here, like, so long as you use this reel within the limitations of like what a reel can do, and understand that it isn't bird's nest proof, you're gonna have a really good time. I mean, the casting distance to me has been the greatest advantage of getting this. Like, I've just been able to cast so much further than all my other reels. I can't really attest to its accuracy just because I'm not using the same rod for everything. It feels more accurate to me though, like, but I really attribute that more to just like how this rod points. But when it comes to like casting distance, the IDC4 braking, its smoothness, robustness, like it really takes the cake. Like, it feels like a really good reel. There's plenty more in the SLX line. Like, there's SLX XT, I think there's like an MGL, and then there's this one. Then after that you step into like Corrado and some of the other stuff like Metanium, Chronarch. But I mean, goodness, dude, they're talking whole new category of money at that point. So at this price point, it is the most affordable DC reel you can get from a reputable brand. And Shimano, I mean, they take care of their customers. Like, their products are meant to be fixed. They're not meant to be, oh, it's broken, let's just throw it away. It's like, no, like, the rest is still good. Like, you can repair it. So I mean, I think I'm gonna get good use out of it. Like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna last me a long time. It has different settings. I mean, just depending what you like to fish. If you're like newer, I would suggest just go straight to 4, cast it out there, and then just work back. I mean, that's about as far as my Abu Garcia would normally cast, and that's with those mag brakes being like set halfway. If I turned them down all the way, then it would just be a bird's nest. And you know, it has setting 3 for fluoro. Let me bring it back here, show y'all. Just crank this dial, and it says this is for fluorocarbon. I'm using braid, so I mean, I won't be able to attest to like what it can actually do, but we'll see what that setting will do for braid. Very good cast distance. I still thumb it every time though. Like, I'm just being clear with y'all. Like, if you don't thumb it, you're gonna have a bad time. Like, just always get in the practice of doing it. I mean, I'll set it to 4 and try to not thumb it, but I'm gonna crank the tension up just a little bit more. Like this, I want this bait to like barely fall. Like that there is good. Like, I trust it should not backlash. We're about to find out though. No backlash, like, excellent. So I think if you set the tension just right, like, you can really get what you need out of it. With that being said, I'm gonna go back to the braid setting and see if it'll backlash there. So this is 1, we don't want to do that. Set it to 2. I'm afraid it will, but I mean, I have this bait to fall like just so slow, you know. Hit the button and I mean, it's just like, you know, it's barely falling. I'll crank it just a little bit more just in case. Like, it ain't falling at all there. Back off a little bit. Right there. All right, we're gonna try it. No thumb, setting 2 for braid. No backlash. All right, that means I was setting the tension wrong this whole time, guys. I did it according to Shimano's instructions too. They said just make sure there's no play on a spool and it will not backlash. And I did exactly what they said there. So I retract my last thing, but at least I'm just gonna leave that part in the video just so y'all know if you don't have it too tight, it will. blow up, but when I found that sweet spot for it, it looks like it won't blow up no more. So matter of fact, we're gonna try to pitch with it. Like, since it's so slow, like I'm worried it's just gonna unravel the spool. No backlash. Perfect. All right, y'all, we'll do one more. I ain't gotta set it to 1, I ain't that brave. But let's set it to 3. It definitely shouldn't backlash then. Nothing. All right, y'all. I'm gonna leave that old part though in, just because y'all need to see like if the bait does fall fast, like even if you set the tension according to Shimano's instructions, like it can still do it. So we're just gonna show y'all how I'm setting it and how it's staying. So what are my impressions of this reel? I mean, I like it. I'm not in any way like mad at it. I think it's pretty good. $190 though is pretty steep for it, so you'll have to make that decision for yourself. I know Memorial Day weekend's coming up, 4th of July. If you're lucky, you snag one of these puppies for $150. Then I'd say it's, you know, it's totally worth it. You got the IDC4 technology, Hagen frame, good brass gears for the American market, spool that holds a lot of line, 20-pound braid, it'll hold 150 yards. But really what you pay for is the IDC4 braking system. And I mean, this thing has allowed me to cast further than any of the reels I have right now. I mean, this is shaky head and I can probably bomb it out there. Like, let's see. I mean, boom. Like, I still think it will backlash. I mean, it did a little bit there, but I thumbed it at the end. But it will help you not backlash as much if you just consistently backlash. Like, I've gotten pretty good with my thumb, so like it just doesn't really happen to me unless I try to. I don't think you can skip lures with it. Like, setting 4 is supposed to allow you to do it, but to skip a lure with a bait caster still requires a lot of skill. So in that way, this braking system isn't foolproof. But I think it's a really good reel. I mean, it's really smooth. The braking system is really nice. It's pretty low profile. You can see like right there on the rod. I mean, it looks great. When you flip it over, it's like, boy, that thing's a tank. I mean, it only really looks funny when I look at it from the top down. Then I go, okay, yeah, it looks a little goofy, but I think it's a pretty good rod and reel setup. I mean, this Mojo Bass pair is great with it. I mean, I was comparing this, the Bass X, Shimano SLX. I mean, my buddy, he has the SLX, and that thing is really light. Like, it's lighter than this. Like, this is way lighter. I have no doubt this would pair great with that SLX rod, Dobbins rods, things of that nature. But yeah, I feel like there weren't really many left-hand versions of this one, like, that I could see as far as like reviews went. I'm not left-handed, I am right-handed, but I feel like most of my techniques, I can use my right hand better. Like, I can walk the dog with my spinning reel, no problem. And that's because it's a left-hand retrieve. But with my Abu, like, trying to walk the dog like this and, you know, reel, it just doesn't feel right to me. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more stuff. Peace.